आप तो कविता गानी है आपको तो।
So thank you very much, Speaker sir.
सबका हो गया एक्सेस, सबका एक्सेस टाइम हो गया, सबको बुला दिया।
Sir, it's indeed it's very gratifying that 78 honorable members have spoken on this budget related discussion. I'm very grateful.
प्लीज बैठिए सीट पे, प्लीज बैठिए सीट पे। नो नो,
I'm very grateful, sir, that members have chosen to get into the details of the budget. Sir, actually, this budget has come at a time of immense uncertainties, and the change in the global macroeconomic environment makes it challenging. So, if there are challenges which have actually made the budget preparation with a lot more uncertainties, I have to at least put in front of the August House that there are issues which are of global concern, which also have an impact on our own budget making. There is a continuation of global conflict in the Middle East. Russia-Ukraine war continues. Stagnation in global GDP and sticky inflation in the emerging markets are all vitiating the atmosphere in the entire developing economies. Actually, what is happening is where we have
अभी बैठे हैं, आप बैठे हैं,
a situation
सीट पे बैठे।
which should encourage free trade, we are seeing more restriction. Where we very strongly vouch for globalization, we see a lot more fragmentation. Where we need fiscal prudence, we are seeing rising debt. Where we are seeing market forces which should actually play to make sure economies are going to be absolutely free and fair in its practices, we are seeing many restrictive industrial policies. We are also seeing that where multilateral forums should be playing a greater role, we are seeing bilateral partnerships and regional forums coming into play. So the world scenario in the last 10 years has actually turned almost 180 degrees, and as a result of which the challenges for any country in making their budget is far more complicated now rather than ever before. Now, as far as the first advanced estimates from NSO have come in, India's economy is expected to grow by 6.4% in real terms and by 9.7% in nominal terms. So during the current financial year, this is the picture which we want to present before you. The inflation trends, particularly food inflation, appears to be moderating. Sir, the union budget for 25-26 has sought to address these immediate challenges facing the domestic economy in the global context. It also rolls out futuristic path for transforming India into Vikasit Bharat. So our main goals in this budget, our main goals in this budget are to accelerate our growth, secure inclusive development, invigorate private sector investments, and uplift household sentiments. So, with a focus on Garib, youth, Annadata, and Nari, the budget likes to reveal new schemes and reforms in the following broad sectors: promotion of agriculture, MSMEs, investments, and exports as growth engines and building rural prosperity and resilience. We also want to have employment-led development, spurring domestic consumption and boosting manufacturing in India, including export promotion. Continuing public capital expenditure, sir, and rekindling the animal spirits in the private sector to step up investments. And most importantly, investing in people, investing in economy, and investing for innovation. These are actually the union budget. These are actually the points on which union budget is focusing, so that we balance the national development priorities with fiscal imperatives. So some of the budgetary outlays I want to highlight here, sir, so that it covers most of the concerns expressed by many of the members. The budget, first thing before I even utter the outlays for each of the schemes, I want to highlight one concept, if you want to say, effective capital expenditure. What is effective capital expenditure, sir, and why do we need to? I'm sure very many members of parliament will fully be aware of it, but for the records, I'd like to describe it for a minute. Effective capital expenditure includes core capital outlays and the grants in aid for creation of capital assets. Though the grants in aid for creation of capital assets, sir, is accounted in our budget, is accounted as revenue expenditure, they go for creating capital assets in the states. So we include them when we talk about effective capital expenditure. In the budget of this year, 25-26, the effective capital expenditure is projected at 15.48 lakh crores as against 13.18 lakh crores in the RE of 24-25. So the effective capital expenditure in BE 25-26, sir, is about 4.3% of our GDP. That is only 0.1% of GDP lower than the fiscal deficit of this year, which is 4.4. This year, meaning 25-26, which is 4.4% of the GDP. So the effective capital expenditure is 4.3% of GDP. Fiscal deficit, 4.4% of GDP. What does it indicate? It indicates that government is using almost the entire borrowed resources for financing effective capital expenditure. So the borrowings are not going for revenue expenditure or committed expenditure or any of those kinds. It's going only for creating capital assets. So in effect, government intends to use about 99% of borrowed resources to finance effective capital expenditure in the upcoming 25-26 year. I'll explain it, Professor, please. I've just begun, right? The sectoral outlays in the year 25-26 include agriculture and allied activities, which get 1.71 lakh crores, rural development, which gets 2.67 lakh crores, urban development and transport, 6.45 lakh crores, health and education, 2.27 lakh crores, defense, which excludes defense pension, 4.92 lakh crores. So I just want to highlight the fact, sir, that money is not being denied to any of the capital expenditure accounts, because I heard occasionally this argument being put forward saying, has the paradigm shifted from capital expenditure because that gives a greater multiplier effect to giving people, the taxpayers, some money in their hands for boosting consumption? No, these data from the current budget, which is before us, shows that capital expenditure outlays have not come down at all. On the contrary, they've gone up. So in this, most importantly, across all schemes, I want to highlight how transfers to the states, that is for the year 25-26, will be 25.01 lakh crores. Transfers to the states across all schemes. And I just want to go back to listing out how much after COVID the capital expenditure is increasing. At the same time, including tax devolution, finance commission grants, and funds for centrally sponsored schemes, 50-year interest-free that we give for the states, all put together, the transfer of resources to the states is growing by the year. 2020-21, sir, 13.44 lakh crores, which is an increase from the previous year, that is 2019-20, where it was 13.19 crores. 21-22, it rose to 13.40 lakh crores. It was 4,000 slightly less because of COVID-related issues, although we targeted a higher number. But in 22-23, it was 15.56 lakh crores, which is 2.16 lakh crores more than the previous years. And that is the year when we brought in the 50-year interest-free loans for states. Interest-free 50-year loans. 23-24, 17.998 lakh crores, which is again 2.42 lakhs crore more from the previous year. 24-25, 22.91 lakh crores, 4.93 lakh crores more. And this year, the budget which is before us, 25.01 lakh crores, which is 2.1 lakh crores more than the previous year. So the amounts going to the states have not come down at all. Sir, I will seek your indulgence, sir. I want to highlight the thought and the philosophy behind our government's budget-making processes, and also how in the last 5-6 years, we have set clearly some practices which are, I would think, very important from the point of view of fiscal management. So allow me to just go through some of the points. It's been a conscious policy choice because it's part of our governance priorities, its commitment to fiscal discipline. So India's development story actually presents a stark tale of two opposite approach to budget making and also for fiscal prudence. So global financial crisis of 2008, once in a century 2020 COVID pandemic. But what happened after 2008 led us to become a fragile five country. Whereas what is now happening is that you see we continue to remain the fastest growing economy. I want to highlight some of the very critical steps that we have taken in the fiscal prudence approach and also in budget making. So under this government, sir, India transited from the league of fragile five to become one of the top 5 economies of the world. 2021, sir, we had the devastating pandemic. Union budgeting reveals recurrent themes of transparency. Since that year, you will find our themes which are recurring are transparency in the budget making and also credibility of budget making, reforms to catalyze growth, targeted social security, and use of technology for obtaining value for public money. I'll just give 2 examples or sometime even 1 example for each year. 2020-21, sir, we took a giant step of bringing on board the FCI off-budget borrowing of 1.2 lakh crores. Food Corporation of India has continuously maintained off-budget borrowings. That year, we took a major step of bringing all the off-budget borrowings of FCI, which totaled to 1.2 lakh crores onto the budget. So that enabled better public understanding and discourse on government debt, and also brought in a sense of credibility to the budget documentation itself. That year, another step, sir, we have also partnered with the states to deepen the multiplier effect on capital spending by providing them with the 50-year interest-free loan. From an allocation of 12,000 crore in 2021, it has now in the current budget reached 1.50 lakh crores. So it is not just us believing in multiplier effect by spending on capital asset building, but we have partnered with the states, and states are really actually speedily coming up with a lot of proposals, which is very, very good, and we are able to give them that kind of money to support their proposals. 21-22, sir, the year after that, again, two steps which I want to highlight. Mahua, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, off-budget borrowing was also taken on board. We brought on record the off-budget borrowing of urban housing of 33,000 crores on the books of government by prepaying it. By prepaying it, sir. So we bought it on books and we prepaid it, and that's a major initiative that we've taken to make sure the budget's transparency and nothing outside of the budget will be done. That was the second major step. The first year it was FCI, the second year it is Mahua's. That year, again, just-in-time release and transparency in flow of funds to the states, the single nodal agency model was introduced. So taxpayer money goes to the states just in time for them to use the money, and there is no difficulty in that kind of a quick disbursal of resources. That's the second major step for 21-22. 22-23, sir, debt consolidation of agencies for better fiscal planning on borrowings. Professor was very worried about the borrowing, the debt and everything else. This is one of the points which I want Professor to consider as to why consistently between 2021, we are taking measures to reduce debt, at the same time make public money go for productive asset building activities. We commenced financing of capital outlay of railways and highways from the union budget that time, 22-23. This allowed for debt consolidation, particularly railways debt consolidation began happening from that year of these agencies and helped lower cost of borrowing. So as borrowing by government is cheaper than borrowing by agencies, so efficient use of money, there also we have shown that this kind of a step can actually better utilize taxpayers' money. 23-24, sir, one big step, recognizing the taxpayer by easing tax rates. The new tax regime was made the default tax regime, sir, with new slab structure, with reduced tax rates, and also rebate limit was raised until 7.27 lakhs rupees monthly earning, annual earning, with marginal relief also given, which until 7.27 lakhs, where no tax was payable at all. This year, of course, it has gone to 12 lakhs. So the fifth point I want to say is 2024-25, sir, we empowered the ministries with a proposal which was suggested by the PAC, which was very actively looked into by the Public Accounts Committee. And then we consulted the CAG, and then we brought in a revision of new service and new instruments of service limits. This is the fourth time since independence. A major step of this kind has been brought in with substantially enhanced financial delegation to improve operational efficiency in ministries. Otherwise, for small amounts, they had to keep coming for permission seeking and so on. That has been cleared. Ministries are more empowered now, and therefore decisions and dispersal of money happens quickly. This year, proactive disclosures, realistic estimation, and ensuring greater predictability are the steps that we've taken. I draw the attention of honorable members to the statement in 4AA, the expenditure profile. Many members would have seen it. I still draw their attention to this particular thing, which outlines the it outlines the SNA balances with states in select schemes. It's an important thing I want to draw the attention of honorable members. This brings to the fore, sir, for the implementation challenges of states, the need for action to remedy at the state level. What I want to highlight here is not only the center, but also the states will have to look at debt consolidation and also rationalizing their debt balances. And therefore, we have outlined a debt consolidation pathway for the union government till March 2031. And this would give some kind of guidance to the markets with greater predictability also. So that is the important step I want to highlight, sir, that in the last 5 years, you see certain underlying currents in the budget preparation, contents of the budget also being transparent, and therefore speaks strongly for the budget being a very reliable document. It reinforces the sanctity and also the credibility of the budget process itself. So I thought it's important to draw the attention of the honorable members. So now I move to issues which have been raised by honorable members. I broadly grouped them, and therefore, instead of going by member, issues raised by 3 or 4 members have been grouped together, and I speak in response to their issues. Sir, there was this concern on rising unemployment, especially among youth. Several members, I've got a list of about 11 of them who've spoken on it. I want to highlight the fact that according to the 23-24 annual periodic labor force survey, labor force participation rate has increased from 49.8% in 2017-18 to 60% in 23-24, reflecting a rise of about 10.3 percentage points. Worker population ratio, sir, has increased from 46.8% in 2017 to 17-18 to 58.2% in 23-24, reflecting a rise of 11.4 percentage points. Unemployment rate has declined from 6% 2017-18 to 3.2% in 23-24. So the Rozgar Mela, which Honorable Prime Minister hands over employment letters, appointment letters, 2.5 lakh appointment letters have been issued for central government jobs in 14 editions, which have been held till date from October 22. So the concerns about high inflation, especially food inflation. Inflation management, sir, actually receives the highest priority of this government. Overall, retail inflation is within the notified tolerance band of 2.6%, 2 to 6%, sir. And there are very many parameters which we keep monitoring so that affordable rates, food materials are distributed to people. I've said this before, I'll repeat some of them again. I just want to highlight the fact that food inflation, which was affected because of adverse weather conditions or supply chain disruptions, have all been attended to. We are still continuing to do it. The water levels in reservoirs are also being monitored. It has improved so that water adequacy for irrigation for rabi crop production is ensured. As of January 23rd, the reservoir level was 66.1% of the current live storage capacity. As per RBI, sir, the latest meeting of the MPC that they held on 7th February, CPI inflation for 25-26 is projected lower at 4.2%. Just 1 or 2 highlights here, sir. It's important for us to understand that double-digit headline inflation over 10%, seen during the UPA regime is not the case now. It is a thing of past. I want that to be clear. NDA 99-2004, food inflation was only 2.2%. UPA 1, 2004 to 2009, food prices soared to 6.5%, creating pressure on household budgets. UPA 2, 2009 to 14, food inflation reached a staggering 11%, causing severe hardship for the public. NDA 2014 to 2024, food inflation was brought down to 5.3%, indicating a robust focus on supply chain improvements and agricultural reforms. So fuel inflation under UPA 2 was 8.9% compared to NDA 2014 to 24, which is at 4.4%, highlighting better management of global price volatility under NDA. Sir, I'm coming to that, sir. LPG cylinders. Sir, LPG cylinders, sir. Before April 2014, nearly 45% of Indian households did not have access to clean cooking fuels. In contrast, LPG coverage under NDA has reached near saturation. Total domestic active LPG customers have more than doubled from 14.52 crores in April 2014 to 32.89 crores as of December 2024. After a targeted subsidy of 300 rupees a cylinder for PM Ujjwala Yojana consumers, the government of India is providing 14.2 kg LPG cylinders at an effective price of 503 rupees per cylinder in Delhi, which is available for more than 10.33 crore Ujjwala beneficiaries across the country. So under the PM Ujjwala, sir, the refill rate, about which I think one or two members mentioned, that is the per capita consumption, is 4.4 cylinders in a year. So about this, oh, don't you see it in the ground? Prices are going up and so on. The measures that government of India have taken are very important. And even in this budget, I have taken steps to say we should have better productivity in agriculture. We should also have vegetables and fruits grown so that the supply side problems can be better administered. PM Dhan Dhanya Krishi Yojana, developing agricultural districts program, is a very important one where 100 low productivity agricultural districts are being focused, and we are going to build those districts like the way Honorable PM gave attention for aspirational districts, for social welfare indicators. So shall we do on agricultural productivity in these 100 districts where the productivity now is very low. Then Atmanirbharta and pulses, comprehensive program for vegetables and fruits, national mission on high yielding seeds. These are steps which we are doing in this budget. We have made an effort. Other than that, sir, Bharat Dal brand products and distribution of onions. Bharat Chana Dal, actually in this year, where only 3 quarters have gone, the phase 2, 76.3 thousand tons have already been sold. Total quantity which we want to reach is 13.08 lakh tons. Bharat Atta, sir, 88,000 tons have already been sold. And 16.08 lakh tons is what we want to target. So that affordable atta, affordable chana dal can reach common people. Bharat rice, similarly, 45,000 tons have already been distributed. 15.03 lakh tons will be distributed. Bharat Chana whole, 7,553 tons have been already sold. Moong dal, 6,637 tons have already been sold. And onion for Rabi 2024, 85,524 tons are already sold at affordable prices. That is 35 rupees per kg onion has been sold, and people are benefiting by these steps. Sir, I want to come to the third point which people have raised: depreciation of the Indian rupee, on which several honorable members have spoken. I want to respond to that, sir. Various domestic and global factors influence the exchange rate of Indian rupee, such as the movement of dollar index, trend in capital flow, level of interest rates, movement in crude prices, current account deficits, etc. So the currency volatility across major countries is really extensive, sir. You get information on that. The US dollar index rose 6.5% during October 24 to January 25. Are you, sir? Usme bhi aa rahi hu. Are you? Major Asian currencies such as South Korean won, Indonesian rupiah, Malaysian ringgit depreciated by 8.1%, 6.4%, and 5.9% respectively in this period. G10 currencies, sir, also depreciated during this period by more than 5.5%. So, for instance, Japanese yen depreciated by 7.0%, British pound 6.6%, and 5.8% is the euro. So, this is even acknowledged. It might be helpful to quote this, sir, by the former RBI Governor, Sri Raghuram Rajan, who even participated in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. Raghuram Rajan, sir, former RBI Governor, on 15th January 2025, this year January, said, and I quote, yes, I quote it. We'll quote all of them. No worries. Yes. I'll quote all of them in the context. Now, this is the context in which I want to quote it. Sir, have the patience to listen. You can always question me. You questioned almost for 3 hours, 3 days. I'm coming back to give my reply. Should have the patience and endurance to listen, please. Raghuram Rajan, sir, has commented, and I quote, thank you. The fixation, yes, thank you very much. The fixation, of course, is always with the rupee-dollar exchange rate. I'm quoting, sir. The fixation, of course, always is with the rupee-dollar exchange rate. And reality is, dollar has been strengthening against many currencies. If you look at euro versus dollar could buy 91 cents in the euro at the beginning of last year, and now it buys 98. So there's been about a 6% or 7% appreciation in the euro. That's about what has happened to the rupee. From about 83 to 86 change, maybe even a little less than what has happened to the euro. So it's really a dollar issue, unquote. So the dollar, I really quote, I continue, it means what it says. It means what it says. If they refuse to understand it, I can't help it. Every member seems to understand. They don't want to understand. Sir, quote again. Listen, madam. The dollar is strengthening partly because of the thought that the new administration, with applied tariffs, the deficit may go down. The trade deficit for the US, that will strengthen the dollar. There's also some potential safe haven buying at this point into dollar assets. So given all that, I wouldn't be overly worried, unquote. So he says about the Indian rupees VIX, and he is not worried. Whereas our people here are more worried about rupee depreciating. When I said the dollar is appreciating and the rupee is remaining stable, they said, oh, what? This is no explanation. Now when Raghuram Rajan says it, they don't want to hear it. If you look at the real, he continues. Raghuram Rajan continues. If you look at the real effective exchange rate of the rupee. Yes, listen to this, please. If you look at the real effective exchange rate of the rupee, it has not depreciated that much. So that's what it means. He summarized it in one sentence. If you look at the real effective exchange rate of the rupee, it has not depreciated that much. Some nominal depreciation might be useful for exports, unquote. Sir, no, we won't accept it because it doesn't suit us. Sir, decline in household savings, household debt increased was also a point which at least 3-4 members have spoken. I want to say some facts for them. Household savings consists of net financial plus physical savings, increased by a compound average growth rate of 8.9% CAGR from 2019-20 to 22-23. There is a reallocation of savings by households to real assets. In the post-COVID period, sir, household real estate investments have increased considerably. The share of savings in physical assets in gross household savings has steadily increased from 30.8% in 2015-16 to 42.7% in 22-23. So according to the National Account Statistics, household savings in physical assets have increased by a compound average growth rate of 15.6% from 2019-20 to 22-23. Sir, public spending slashed. I've addressed this issue a bit earlier, but I want to say this again. Total expenditure of the union budget, sir, in 25-26 is projected to be about 50.65 lakh crores. Total expenditure in this budget is 50.65 lakh crores, which is higher by about 2.44 lakh crores and 3.49 lakh crores than 24-25 BE and RE of 24-25. The capital expenditure, I would reiterate here, because many people seem to think that capital expenditure has come down. No, capital expenditure was 11.11 lakh crore last time. Now it is 11.21 lakh crore. So it has only gone higher. And as said earlier, the effective capital. नहीं, बोलती हूँ उसके ऊपर. The effective capital expenditure for 25-26 is pegged at 15.48 lakh crores. The net additional spending, sir, the net additional expenditure. This is important. I'd like to seek the attention of the House. The net additional expenditure of 2.44 lakh crores, which is higher, that is in BE 20-25-26 over 2024-25, is mainly going to finance three major items. Interest payment, 1.13 lakh crores. Central sector schemes, 1.06 lakh crores. Centrally sponsored schemes, 0.35 lakh crores. Sir, we also, and I want this to be, again, with your indulgence, I seek honorable members' attention on this point. We also had the onerous burden of repayment of oil, fertilizer, and FCI bonds raised during the UPA era. UPA time oil bonds, UPA time fertilizer bonds, and FCI bonds are being repaid now. This year and the coming year, the budget which is before us, we will be paying just the interest and not the principal amount. And what is the interest, sir? 24-25, the current year, 5,946 crore has just gone for interest on oil and FCI bonds taken during their time. Now, 3,524 crores will go for just the interest in 25-26 budget. Actually, what is the principal, sir? Just for the records, 24-25, the principal due is 44,701 crores. 25-26, the principal is 40,464 crores. So let's not forget debt considerations, worries about debt. Money is going for interest payments, sir. Professor should take cognizance of the fact. Sir, also, I just want to highlight, for instance, public spending outlays in health, education, social welfare, rural development have increased from 4.16 lakh crore to 5.54 lakh crores between 2021 to 25-26. So there is no cut in any of these. Repeatedly, we have people asking questions. It's okay to ask questions, but I'm giving you the answer that nothing has come down there. So fiscal consolidation was another issue on which many members were worried, saying, is it being done at the cost of public spending in social sector spending? Education budget reduced, PM Poshan, Jal Jeevan Mission, Awas Yojana have all of them come down, post-metric scholarships. I'd like to answer all of them, sir. Social welfare, the budget has increased from 56,501 crore in 24-25 to 60,052 crore in 25-26, not gone down from 56 to 60. I'll come. Education, sir. Education, sir. 1.26 lakh crore in 24-25 has gone to 1.29 lakh crore in 25-26. Education का भी कम नहीं हुआ, ऊपर से ज़्यादा हुआ. Health, 89,287 crores in 24-25 has gone to 98,311 crore in 25-26. Sir, I like to highlight one point at this time. Again, substantive, budgetary, technicality, but it's important because technology which has been adopted for budget and budget management has today given all of us the advantage of getting facts by looking at the portal or by looking at the documents. Nothing can be hidden in this day and age because of technology. And therefore, I'd like to draw the attention of the honorable members for a statement which has been provided called expenditure profile. It's a statement 4AA. I want to show how unspent balances are remaining and how much is it totaling to unspent balances. 1 lakh crore as of 31st December 2024. How unspent balances are remaining, and for us to see it, sir, the expenditure profile statement. This is along with the budget, it's been already presented. 1,395.45 crores is lying either in the SNA account or in the treasury or in an escrow account in the states. In the states. 1,395.45 Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. On that head of account, this much money is lying there yet to be utilized. 4,636.55 crores is lying in the states, assistance to state agencies for intra-state movement of food grains and the FPS dealers margin under NFSA. National Food Security Act. Many honorable members are really concerned, and I can understand the concern. But if money is lying in the accounts, if you just give the utilization or raise the bills, you get the money. It is in your account there, SNA account there. Please take it. It's already in your account. But no, you're not giving money for food security. Why not? We are giving the money. It's there. Would you like to use it? This is a statement attached to the budget documents. I would like the honorable members to see where the money is lying. And despite that, more is being asked. You ask more, no problem. The moment you use this, we'll give more. The next, Samagra Shiksha. Samagra Shiksha, 11,516 is lying there in the states. Would you please use it? There was a lot of concern on portion. PM Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti Nirmal, erstwhile national program for midday meal in schools. 5,205 crores are lying in the state accounts. And this is for Poshan Abhiyan. And here I hear voices. प्रधानमंत्री जी, बच्चों का न्यूट्रिशन के ऊपर आपको कोई ध्यान नहीं है क्या? अरे पैसा आपके अकाउंट में है भाई, यूटिलाइज करो। हमने तो दे दिया पैसा, आप क्यों नहीं यूटिलाइज कर रहे हो? मुझसे पहले हमें क्यों पूछ रहे हो? So, go use it. This document is available. Have a look at it if I'm saying anything abrupt. So next, sir. These are not chota mota amounts. These are big amounts. I want to ask question therefore. Sir, flexible pool for RCH and health system. Sir, I've heard health minister Jagat Prakash Nadda ji. No, you can always ask me, Supriya ji, all the questions, but I've heard you all. I want to come up with my answer. Please have patience and you may ask me again. But if I'm telling you anything that which is not already available with you, I'll be ready to answer. But it is that what proof I budget document by? Ay, Bhagwan. Budget document hai bhai. Sir, flexible pool for RCH, health system, strengthening, National Health Program and National Urban Health Mission. National Urban Health Mission. How much is left in the accounts? 2,988 crores lying with the states. Next, I've heard questions being asked of the health minister. Next, I've heard health minister trying to respond. No, I'm giving teachers. No, I'm giving paramedical staff. No, we are funding. You know, sir, how much money is left there? Human resources for health and medical education. 7,559 crores are lying in the state account. Would they please use it? Sir, next. Sir, Swachh Bharat Mission. Sometimes they raise questions saying, was it necessary for Honorable PM to speak about Swachhata on the ramparts of Red Fort? He spoke and he's carrying the mission forward. And as a result, World Health Organization has said health has improved among women and children, and those which we heard many members speak. I want to show how much in the Swachh Bharat mission urban money is left with the states. 12,319 crores are with the states. Please spend it. Please spend it. Sir, Amrit, another. They are very concerned about urban. Don't worry, hear me out. Yeah. Urban rejuvenation mission. 500 cities. They are worried about urban unemployment. I want to ask this question. 12,377 crores are lying in the states. Will you use it for Amrit? Sir? Also, listen. I will give you answer. Sir, next, there was a lot of comment saying Jal Jeevan Mission. Mantri ji baithe hain, Patil Saab idhar baithe hain, minister. They asked questions saying why Jal Jeevan Mission gets a small allocation. Because we are reaching the saturation level and only for the new leftovers are we giving money. But how much money is left on Jal Jeevan Mission with the states? You will be astonished to hear, sir. 13,782 crores are lying with the states. So, sir, this list go. So pardon me. They say about many new people, many poor people.
धर्मेंद्र जी बैठ जाओ.
We want people to
आपकी
hear.
सरकार नहीं है, बैठ
We
जाओ.
want people to hear. We want people to hear. Oh yes. No, they didn't know this also. Okay, you get it. So they say PM Awas Yojana, Gramin Urban, they didn't have any number. 14,000 is left with the states for Gramin. Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Guarantee Program, 4,351 crores are lying to the states.
मानिए, please.
Sir, Sir, since there are some points, sir, would you allow me, sir? I like to. Don't worry, I'll come.
बैठिए, बैठिए.
Itna agitate
बैठिए,
nahi hona.
मानिए, बैठिए.
I've heard you for 3 days. I'm telling you a reply. You should have the patience to hear. Tanimori ji.
माननीय मंत्री जी, प्लीज. माननीय मंत्री जी.
It is budget. You can ask for it. You can ask for it. Sir, I respect Member Kalyan Banerjee. I have a lot of patient hearing whenever he stands to speak, but I also want him to have that patience when I speak, sir. I request him. हाँ बिल्कुल बात करेंगे जी, एक मिनट. हाँ बात करेंगे. Sir, Kalyan Banerjee ji is somebody who listens. I listen patiently because he passionately speaks about Bengal. I have absolutely all respect for him. But here are some things which I have to speak because his leader who spoke that day, he was here. I was also here listening to his leader. I want to point out some things there.
आप प्लीज बैठ जाओ, गरिमा बना के रखो. माननीय सदस्य, आपकी गरिमा बनती है, फिर बिगाड़ लेते हो आप. बैठो ना, आपकी गरिमा बनती है, थोड़े दिन बाद फिर बिगाड़ लेते हो आप.
Listen and then conclude. Yeah. Listen to me.
Okay.
Yes, I'm going to give.
Okay, please.
I'm giving. Listen. Very well said. I'm going to say that. Sir. Yes.
प्लीज थोड़ा प्रेशर कम करो. थोड़े दिन रेपुटेशन बनती, फिर बिगाड़ लेते हो. प्लीज बैठिए.
I'm biased towards.
नो, माननीय मंत्री जी, प्लीज नो डिबेट. प्लीज सभा की एक मिनट, प्लीज. माननीय सदस्यों, प्लीज बैठिए. माननीय सदस्यों, सभा की सहमति हो तो सभा की कार्रवाई माननीय वित्त मंत्री जी के उत्तर तक बढ़ा दी जाए.
Sir, क्योंकि already budget, tell me about my state, all that comes. So that it is a biased budget. I'll come back to speaking also specifically as was requested by Honorable Member Kalyan Banerjee. But before that, Sir, Shri Dharamveer Gandhi ji, who started the debate, raised a lot of points. Some of them I would want to answer, and that was also followed by many other members. I've already mentioned that how for capital expenditure, the amount which is being given is steadily every year increasing. It's not as if projects are not happening in states. For Punjab, sir, 38 national highway projects were sanctioned in 3 years for Punjab for development of 825 kilometers. 3 projects, 825 kilometers, amounting to 22,160
बैठिए बैठिए
वही मैं बोल रही हूं सर, आप जरा सुन लीजिए, आप सुन लीजिए ना, पिछले 3
आप
साल
वकालत
में
करना छोड़ दीजिए।
22,000 करोड़ रुपया पंजाब के
नहीं तो भी वकील रहोगे,
सड़क
प्लीज।
बनाने के लिए ही हम दे रहे हैं सर। सिर्फ रोड्स 38 national highway in Punjab for
इनका कोई
22,160
माननीय सदस्य का नाम ही मत लो
sir.
और इनको जवाब भी मत दो कोई।
No, I'm not giving him. I'm telling you. Telangana, sir.
प्लीज बैठिए, आपने बोला ना भाषण, सुनिए जवाब। बैठिए बैठिए।
Telangana, sir. I'm replying. Yes.
आप नहीं सुनना चाहते ना? नो, प्लीज।
Sir, Telangana, sir, the Kakatiya Mega Textile Park in Warangal, announced as PM Mitra Mega Textiles Park in August 2024, Union Cabinet approved the industrial node, and that is also one of the, 1 minute, sir. That is also industrial node in Zahirabad under the National Industrial Corridor Development Program. So if that is one of the examples that I can give, for Kerala, sir, in August 2024, Union Cabinet approved industrial node in Palakkad. 1,300 kilometer national highway constructed in Kerala since 2014. 1,126 kilometer of national highway corridors being developed under Bharatmala Pariyojana in Kerala. I've just given a sample. Karnataka, sir, 5,213 kilometers of national highways constructed in Karnataka since 2014. 7 airports operationalized in Karnataka since 2014. Constructed 1,652 kilometers of new railway tracks in Karnataka since 2014. Tamil Nadu, sir, Chennai Metro Rail Project Phase 2 was approved under Central Sector Project, total of 63,246 crore, of which 65% is by central government. 4,100 kilometers. I've given you Kerala some examples. I read that first. 4,100 kilometers of national highways constructed in Tamil Nadu since 2014. PM Mitra Mega Textiles Park announced in aspirational district Virudhunagar. Tamil Nadu, a few examples. Himachal Pradesh, a few examples. World's longest highway tunnel, Atal Tunnel in Rohtang, constructed in 2020. AIMS Bilaspur, inaugurated in 2022. 1,247 of national highways constructed in Himachal Pradesh since 2014. Union Budget 2024-25 said Himachal Pradesh suffered extensive losses due to floods last year. Our government will provide assistance to the state for reconstruction and rehabilitation through multilateral development assistance. Himachal Pradesh, sir. Jharkhand Purvodaya initiative announced in the Union Budget 24-25 for all-round development of the eastern region of the country. In October 23, Union Cabinet sanctioned the completion of the North Koil Reservoir project at a revised cost of 2,430.76 crores. 2,444 kilometers of national highways constructed in Jharkhand since 2014, sir. So I've given you some example. So, sir, again, there's a lot of concern about debt. I partly addressed it. I will address it even more. I'm coming to West Bengal. I'm coming to Bengal. Please patiently बैठो. सुनिए. Sir, about high debt, there's a lot of worry. I want to say on account of pandemic, the central government fiscal deficit reached 9.2%. 61.4% was the debt level to the percentage of GDP. But we've made strident efforts to bring down both fiscal deficit and also the debt to GDP. Since then, the fiscal deficit and debt percentage have been brought down. Now we have 4.4% of the fiscal deficit number, which is already put in place for 25-26. And for debt to GDP, sir, we have said that we will bring it down to 50% plus minus 1% by 2030-31, clearly showing that the debt of the country will come down. Central government debt will come down and come down to that level, which has been suggested by the committee which went into debt management, both of the center and states. And what has been suggested is what we are indicating. Yeah, I'll come to that. All right. Liabilities of the central government, sir, are mostly, I want honorable members to appreciate the fact that the liabilities of the central government are mostly domestic liabilities in nature, with a small portion, which is 3.4% of the total liabilities at book value, which are external sector related. So the downside risk, because if a big number is attributed to external debt, then there will be a concern, but our external debt is not big. I want that appreciated by honorable members. Sir, it is important for us also to understand.
आपने क्या कहा? सब सराहना करें.
Thank you.
सब सदस्य.
Thank you, sir. Sir, I want to highlight the fact that the amount being given at different stages for different support for public sector undertakings are kindly to be recalled, sir. If huge amounts are going from the central exchequer, they are going for valid causes. One example I want to give before the honorable members. During the UPA regime, sir, BSNL's market share fallen from 19% in 2005 to just 7.96% in 2015. Repeatedly, public sector undertakings, BSNL, questions are being asked, speculation. I want to show what BSNL was like when they left and what has happened to it today. I will show with money. Due to delayed tenders. Why did the value fall? Delayed tenders. They were forced. BSNL was forced to pay for spectrum 18,499 crores when they were no position to pay at all. They were compelled to pay. And as a result, they went into deep debt themselves. Lack of timely financial support and willful neglect. Yeah.
Why do you all the time talk about the UPA? UPA did not work. That's the reason people have brought you.
I'm going to tell that. I'm telling now. Kindly sit. I'm telling now. Kalyan Banerjee gave me an opportunity, sir. BSNL, they've done and gone. What have you done? I'm showing what I have done in numbers. In 2000, yes, I'm giving figures. Listen now. Sir, 2019, 69,000 crores. 69,000 crores was given. 69,000 crores in 2019. And debt was restructured via sovereign guarantee bonds, administrative allotment of spectrum for 4G. They couldn't even make BSNL have 4G. They went away. Now, I'm not talking about them. What have I done? 69,000 crore was given in 2019. In 2022, how much I gave for the second revival? Please listen, Kalyan Banerjee ji. 1.64 lakh crores was given for BSNL. 69,000 crore, 1.64 lakh crores, and capital formation through capital infusion and merger of Bharat Broadband Nigam Limited with BSNL. So, by merger of Bharat Broadband Nigam Limited with the BSNL, we have strengthened the hand, resulting in operating profits from 21-22 and reduction of BSNL debt from 32,944 crores to 22,289 crores. Debt came down. The third package for BSNL, July 2023, 2019 was 69,000 crore. 2022 was 1.64 lakh crore. 2023, the third package, the 89,047 crore was approved for BSNL capacity for pan-India 4G and 5G. Sir, 50,000 indigenous 4G sites nationwide has been launched by BSNL. 50,000 indigenous 4G sites nationwide. That's the capacity of BSNL today. And for the first time in India, India has developed her own 4G technology stack that will be rolled out by the middle of this year. Minority affairs. Members said you have reduced the allocation for minority affairs. The budget for Ministry of Minority Affairs has been increased from 3,183 crores in 24-25 to 3,350 crores in 25-26. No reduction in the budget allocation for minority affairs. Okay, sir? Food, fertilizer, and subsidy for them, for food and fertilizer, reduced. I want to highlight, sir, major subsidies for food and fertilizer and petroleum has increased from 3.81 lakh crores in 24-25 to 3.83 lakh crores in 25-26. Food subsidy, it's an important point I seek your permission, sir, for honorable members to know that food subsidy, members may recollect that in 23-24, the government had infused 11,000 crore equity in the Food Corporation of India so that their capacity to run the institution and, if anything, borrow from market will help. Fertilizer subsidy, sir. 24-25, 1.64 lakh crores fertilizer subsidy was given, which has been increased to 1.68 lakh crore in 25-26. In addition, I have announced that Atmanirbharta and urea production will happen. The government had reopened 3 dormant urea plants in the eastern region, and now a 12.7 lakh metric tons capacity, annual capacity, urea plant has been opened in Namrup in Assam. Yes, Professor. Yes. Yes.
How many spots are there? That means nothing more than that.
Sir, before I go to the specific points on Bengal which were raised, I'm reading out, like I did for Kerala, like I did for Jharkhand, like I mentioned about Punjab, since Honorable Member Kalyan Banerjee is very keen. I want to list out the things that we have done for Bengal. Kindly. AIMS in Kalyani inaugurated in West Bengal in February 2024. Railways. Railways. So let me. You asked me, and I'm reading out the whole list. After I finish, sir, railways, sir. West Bengal received a record allocation of 13,955 crores for rail infrastructure, railway infrastructure. 1,293 kilometers of new railway tracks constructed since 2014, West Bengal. 9 Vande Bharat trains operationalized for West Bengal. 101 railway stations being redeveloped under Amrit Bharat scheme for Bengal. Indian Railways first Gati Shakti cargo terminal commissioned in Asansol division. In June 2024, Union Cabinet approved Jamshedpur to Purulia Asansol third line. Sir, if this is for railways, we'll go to metro. 38-kilometer metro line constructed since 2014 at a cost of 23,050 crore for Bengal. Roadways, over 2,309 kilometers of national highway constructed in West Bengal since 2014. In August 2024, the CCEA approved 4-lane Kharagpur-Moregram National High Speed Corridor, 231 kilometers at a capital total cost of 10,247 crore, West Bengal. Airways. In August 2024, the CCA approved the development of new civil enclave at Bagdogra Airport, Siliguri, West Bengal, at an estimated cost of 1,549 crores. Operationalization of Durgapur in 2019, Kuch Bihar in 2023 airports under the RCS Udan scheme. Revamping of Bagdogra and Barakpur airfields at a cost of 500 crore, West Bengal. Social infrastructure and efforts for West Bengal in that direction. 38 lakh houses built for the poor under PM Awas. 93 lakh tap water connection provided on Jal Jeevan Mission, West Bengal. 83 lakh household toilets built under Swachh Bharat Mission, West Bengal. 494 Jan Aushadhi Kendras operationalized in West Bengal. 5.3 crore Jan Dhan accounts opened, West Bengal. 5 crore Mudra accounts sanctioned for West Bengal. Sir, I want them to be a bit more patient. I have more things to say about West Bengal. I have more things. I'll come to you. मैं आ रही हूँ. UP में आ रही हूँ. Please wait. I have more things to say about Bengal. I have more things to say for Bengal. Kindly please be waiting. Bengal, sir. Are you Bengal? UP को आ रही हूँ. Bengal. They should be patient. I have more things. Sir. I was listening to the speaker from Bengal, sir. He said Bengal Virodi budget. I want to address that, sir. 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 Bengal MPs, sir, spoke about financial blockade. Huh? बैठिए. हाँ जी. Sir, financial blockade. They charged us with financial blockade allegation. Like every other state, sir, PM Awas Yojana Gramin is being implemented in West Bengal since 2016-17. The government has released 25,798 crore as central share to the state since 2016-17. 25,798 crore, only central share. It's gone. However, complaints of irregularities. Listen, I will give you. Complaints of irregularities in the implementation of PM Awas Yojana Gramin, including a selection of ineligible households from Awas 2018 Awas Plus, removal of eligible households, and branding violations were received.
We are hearing this allegation for last 3 years.
There have been similar complaints about Mandrega. Ministry Rural Development is engaging with West Bengal and for a satisfactory reply. Sir, now I come to the specific data. It's ironical that Trinamool, which means grassroots, Trinamool, which means grassroots, Congress that prides itself on being rooted in the grassroots now symbolizes harassment and denial of rights to the common people in the grassroots. I'll give you examples for that. 25 lakh fake job cards in Mandrega. Funds meant for people at the grassroots have been looted by the carders. 100 crore midday meal fraud. 100 crore midday meal fraud. Ration mafia thriving in the state on grassroots level. Ayushman Bharat was blocked and denied health care the poor living in the grassroots. 43% tap water coverage in Bengal as opposed to 74% national average. 74% national average, Bengal is at 43%. That's the average. Sir, important. Capital formation crashed from 6.7% in 2010 to 2.9% in the recent years. No jobs, no factories, no vision. That's Bengal for you, sir. Industrial powerhouse. Bengal was industrial powerhouse. 24% share when in 1947, during independence, Bengal had 24% share in manufacturing. Today it has 3.5%, sir. Bengal's per capita income growth lags behind the national average. For the last 20 years, per capita income of Bengal lags behind the national average for last 20 years. It's ranked 23rd. In 21-22, it was 23rd among all states of India. Sir, Trinamool Congress has institutionalized corruption, gutted institutions, and Trinamool has become a byword for exploitation. Trinamool has become a byword for exploitation, sir. Now, can I then suggest, because budget, Bengal विरोधी budget बोला गया, मैं क्या पूछना चाहती हूँ अभी, तृणमूल विरोधी टीएमसी हो गया है क्या? तृणमूल विरोधी टीएमसी है, तृणमूल जनता विरोधी है. अरे Sir, I'm coming to the last few things, sir. You accuse me politically. Sir, MSME sector, sir, is ignored and not in good health is an allegation which very many members, Member Dharamveer Gandhi mentioned it, Benny Behanan mentioned it, Rajat Bordaloy mentioned it, that MSME sector has been ignored. I want to say, sir, in this budget itself, we have mentioned, MSME, sir, is the backbone of Indian economy. It is among the foremost engines of driving the Indian economy. We have increased, MSMEs are providing employment to over 25 crore people during the same period. So we have increased their classification so that they can benefit both from being in the MSME and also raising more funds. So micro enterprises currently is 1, revised is 2.5. Micro enterprises current turnover is 5, we've revised it to 10. Small enterprises current is 10 investment, 10 crore. Now we've revised it to 25, and current turnover is at 50, we've revised it to 100. Similarly, for medium enterprises, sir, we have revised it from 50 to 125, and for turnover, 250 to 500. Credit guarantee cover will be enhanced from 5 crore to 10 crore, leading to additional credit of 1.5 lakh crore in the next 5 years. Customized credit card is being given 5 lakh limit for micro enterprises registered in Udyam portal. So I'll come to this point of KCC, which is being provided to farmers. Many honorable members thought if I increase the loan capital, meaning ceiling from 3 lakhs to 5 lakh, won't it become a reason why the farmers will be more indebted, more getting into debt? I want to highlight the fact, sir. Today, this amount 3 lakh being increased for 5 lakh is purely done because otherwise they'll fall a prey to the middlemen who charge huge amounts. And this amount through KCC is more guaranteed by the government, and they don't need to give any collateral. And also for timely servicing, they get interest subvention. And therefore, it is better that they borrow through the bank rather than be left alone to borrow from the middleman. That is the intention with which we brought in the KCC. Nearly 8 crore farmers will be benefiting from this short-term lending, which will begin from 1st April 25-26. Sir, therefore, very clearly, sir, the budget document clearly speaks on the various schemes through which we want to increase the liquidity which will be available for people. In 3 years prior to 24-25, the country's GDP growth rate averaged about 8%. Only in 2 out of 12 quarters, last 12 quarters, only in 2 out of last 12 quarters has the growth rate touched 5.4 or remains below it. I want to inform the members that on account of strong economic foundation, a speedy rebound is happening, and we shall take measures which will, going forward, help in keeping our economy growing fastest as in the last few years. We'll continue to remain the fastest growing economy. I wish to state that private final consumption expenditure is expected to grow by 7.3% in 24-25, driven by a good rural demand. So the private final consumption expenditure is estimated to be 61.8% of the nominal GDP, which is the highest since 2002-2003, sir. So with these words, I'd like to thank all the honorable members who participated in the demand and in the budget discussion. And I thank you for your indulgence.
हो गया। सभा की कार्रवाई गुरुवार दिनांक 13 फरवरी 2025 को प्राप्त 11 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।